embraces the shore, and the waves keep crushing
Don't
it.
go to Russia with weed.
Yeah, I'd probably not go to Russia right now.
In general, yeah, I guess don't go there.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
you want to go
different.
visit Vladimir
take
from
a-
SMG.
You risk it by being caught somewhere, but you know, it's when we come to Germany, it's chill here. They legalized it here too now, I've heard. So.
Yeah, they have these clubs. I don't think it's good.
Oh yeah.
But
They have clubs?
weed clubs. They
Yeah.
call it social clubs.
Yeah.
And in Spain as well.
Yeah, we've seen the ones in Spain.
They got those here?
Yeah.
Do you know where to go to get that?
No.
Oh, fuck.
It must be in just like big cities or somewhere, but we can do it.
Not possible.
Not possible.
So, so this is your second big Europe tour, no?
Well, yeah. It's our second big headliner tour that we've done. We've opened for some bands. We opened for Napalm Death last year on a campaign tour. So that was our biggest tour before this, and we've been 6 times before, like Jesse said.
6 times in Europe in 2 years. Imagine.
Yeah, you're getting about 25 gigs a year. I heard.
Yeah, 250 last year, over that. So I think it was close to 260. Chrissy counted at one point, but this year,
Like 263. I'm not. I don't know. I try to
Sounds
count.
about right. Jesus, a lot.
we played a lot.
So how did you meet?
Well, I moved to Dallas, Texas, where Jesse's from. I met Jesse there. Jesse and I moved up to Ithaca, New York, and we started the band there. We were doing like our
Going to
DIY
school.
thing while I was going to school. Jesse was going to school, and then we met Chrissy in 2018 in Chrissy's hometown, which is upstate New York.
I just dropped out of school.
And so we all formed Escuela Grind together. We were a 3-piece for a long time. Chrissy played like a setup where like her guitar was like had a lower
3 amps.
thing, 3 amps. It was that, and so now we have a bass player too. And
Now it's just 2 amps.
Yeah.
And who's your favorite bands? Why did you start music?
That's a big
Slipknot.
question.
Yeah.
Jesse
Sure.
says Slipknot.
Yeah, that's the one
Slipknot's really up there for me
I think
too.
that
honestly.
was the one band that really drew me into death metal from listening to nothing but rap. And like, you know, I heard stuff like Limp Bizkit and Korn, but it was just available, so I would listen to it because my friends were around. But when I heard Slipknot, I became like a real metal fan.
What are Slipknot singing about? Are they singing about war? Or
Nah, just being,
it's like a personal
just being
struggle.
an outcast.
Yeah, being a loner or like not feeling
knowing
like
where
you fit in. Which is like
a lot.
appropriate because they
I was
like
a
wear the
gang, I was
masks.
a gangbanger. Music kind of changed my ways.
gangbanger, but that's a gangster music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start somewhere.
And what's the song Ball of Chains is about?
Yeah, Ball and Chain. So we wrote that for an EP of all death metal inspired music, just done our way. And so what I wanted to do with that song is take like all the things that death metal talks about.
let me see that.
Like it's a lot of like influence in like horror and gore and murder and chaos and all this. And so yeah, those bands always talk about that, but I wanted to do it instead of from the perspective of like a big brutal man, do it like what would like a small girl or anyone really that doesn't fit that category, what would they sing about but with the same style. So Ball and Chain was like my go at that. And so the lyrics are about like just feeling like you're someone's ball and chain, like feeling like you're dragging someone down, and
Like Miley Cyrus.
you're like, well, yeah, exactly.
Wrecking Ball.
Like Wrecking Ball. You're thinking about Wrecking Ball.
Yeah,
Chain
actually,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, a lot like that.
It's our wrecking ball.
Yeah, it is
We
our
came
wrecking
in
ball.
like a Wrecking Ball.
Sorry,
That
Miley
song,
Cyrus.
perhaps.
That's awesome.
And are you all then adrenaline junkies?
Yeah.
I say so.
Adrenaline junkies?
They like
I
to
like
ride
roller
roller
coasters.
I don't, but
I like
would
to ride
say.
go-karts really fast
I
whenever I
like
can
to
get to them.
kick fools in the pit. That
Yeah,
gives me
exactly.
We
adrenaline.
like to mosh. We mosh really hard at home. And then we
Playing-
hug our friends after
Yeah.
that we moshed on.
And you get a like crazy adrenaline rush from playing shows, something like that.
And then can you see blood? But because you all write about blood.
Yeah, we have for sure. It's personally, I used to make a lot of blood and stuff on stage, and we've seen some people like get pretty hurt in pits back home. It was a common thing, but yeah,
I'm not
blood is just
queasy.
it's something we all have and we
I
all
guess we-
share, and it's all inside of us.
We
No.
definitely make music that's supposed to be violent.
Yeah.
We want to draw out violence. We want people to see blood, yeah.
No, because
But also love each other after the fact.
no, because
Pick each other up.
for example, first aid medics and doctors, they're all into this as well.
Oh,
Otherwise,
yeah,
they
I've
would
seen
all
that.
puke.
Yeah.
They could never operate anybody.
Yeah.
It's
no.
the perfect music for them. It's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yet you have doctor fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doctors and teachers, because we're a
Teachers and
escuela
doctors.
and that means school in
They're always
Spanish.
like-
So teachers really we used to have a strong message about how public schools are in our country, and they're not very great, and it's very bureaucratic, I guess is the word for it. So we used to kind of be against how the public schools are in our country.
Used to be like the public education system brainwashes your children.
Yeah.
Which is true because every time you're in the U.S. schools, you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
You have to stand up and say the Pledge of
You have
Allegiance.
to pledge
Put
your
your hand
allegiance
over
to
your
the
heart.
United States.
And you can get in trouble for not doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
In every state.
Yeah.
In every state.
Especially
Some are more
certain
than others.
states.
Where Jesse
Especially
grew up
Texas,
is
where I
very.
grew up, yeah.
They get offended. Yeah, teachers get offended.
And how is that? Because I'm pissed off the European school system, which is free.
Yeah.
But we don't get our kids, or we don't get teach them about our opportunities.
Sure.
So if you don't have an idol or something, a lot of the most first year university students, they don't know which job they want to take.
Sure. I think that's natural though for a lot of kids that age, and they've never been exposed to something.
I'm like, fuck work. Just
Yeah.
sell drugs.
Or cardboard. Or
Sell-
shiny cardboard.
Sell Pokemon cards. That's what I sell.
it's very similar in the
Sell us
States,
your
I'll say.
weed.
I sell less weed and more Pokemon cards now.
And we were about fans. Do you have do you get fan mail or something?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, every day.
We get emails all the time.
Some people have drawn us before.
drawings, all sorts of stuff.
People
Jeez.
message us all the time.
Someone had
Try
me
and keep
sign
up
their
with it.
paddle for spanking the other day. That was cool. That guy with the cape, he was like, "What's the weirdest thing you've ever signed?" And then I was like, "A baby doll." And he was like, "Well, okay, that's probably not as weird as this, but would you sign this?"
I also signed his tit.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah. Now you know.
Yeah.
Because I branded him.
He's like, now I'm going to beat my
And what's the song Cliffhanger about?
Oh yeah.
A burger, originally. It was supposed to be a burger
Uh,
made for the song
Oh yeah, we never did that.
called the Cliffhanger Burger.
And it was also like the way the song ended sounded like a cliffhanger. So we're like, that would be a good song title for this. So like Katrina just wrote lyrics to it.
Yeah, but the lyrics came from because I was having a hard time writing lyrics. I was like, I don't know what sounds good on this. And Jesse said to me in the car once, it sounds like this Grandmaster Flash, the hip hop artist song.
Like, let's do
where he
that
goes,
pattern.
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge.
I wasn't saying copy the lyrics though.
No, but so Jesse thought that pattern would be cool over it, and I adjusted a little bit, and I was like, fuck it, let's just say that. Like, that's cool. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
I was on
like,
the fence about that, but
It worked.
Yeah,
it was
worked,
a
yeah.
banger.
Or Living on the Edge?
Yes, exactly.
That's
A lot of
from
people can relate to
Aerosmith.
that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Not that they're dead. Not that
No,
he's
they
dead.
stopped touring.
The
They're
band
dead.
is dead.
Rest in
The
peace.
band died.
The whole band.
Damn.
And what do you do on tour?
Well, we We
sleep a lot.
it depends.
We sit in
on
the
where we
van a
are.
lot.
Are you all reading?
We watch
I've been
movies
reading.
in the van.
We watch movies today. We watched
Furiosa.
Furiosa, the Mad Max movie.
We started the new Planet of the Apes.
We love to walk around. Really, honestly,
Walk
like our
around a
favorite
lot.
thing is to like get to a venue
Spin the
early,
block.
As
and
Justin says,
we
spin
call
the
it
block.
yeah, spin the block. We walk around. We're all big fans of like Pokemon games, so we play Pokemon Go, which is like you walk around and it's like interactive. So.
It's on the mobile phone.
Yeah, exactly. We all play it. It's fun.
It keeps us connected with fans too. They can friend us, and we get
Yeah,
to show them
totally.
all the places we've gone.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
you have to send little
Postcards.
Yeah,
You
them
send little
postcards.
things between.
So,
like-
like for instance, I just got a postcard for backstage, and I get to show all my friends like where I was. And it's really cool.
And how do you do this? How you send this? Do you have on YouTube or on,
No, in the
on-
game. So
In the
Pokemon,
game,
Part
there's
of
an
the
yeah.
app.
There's
the
a map.
game.
It tracks you.
Yeah.
And,
It's a whole crazy game. Where
and then you.
And then the Chinese government sells their information.
It
Yeah.
encourages
Just
you to like walk around.
No, but are you then like the streamer? Is it like streaming?
It's not that.
I'm sure
it's
some
not that
people
personal.
stream it, but we don't.
Some people do stream it.
Well, we could stream
That's a
it,
cool
I guess.
idea.
We could be like, alright,
We might do that now.
On a walk.
Yeah, you
Who
gave
wants
us a
to
good
go?
idea.
On Twitch or something?
yeah, we thought
We
about
play
it.
video games a lot.
We should coordinate
We should.
mega raids through our account though. Just be like, hey, we're gonna do a mega raid on this day at this time here.
With our schedule, because we're not at home that much, it's kind of hard to do like all the gaming stuff and like art and whatnot besides the music. So we while we're on tour, we find those little ways to still do something and keep in touch.
Keep ourselves
We
busy.
try and smoke as much weed as possible, but it's hard to find weed out here. And, when we get weed, they always take it from us.
This is all I can find today. Look at this.
Oh.
What else?
And-
That's all we really do.
You got the apple.
No,
Yeah,
that
what do
shit's
you read
fun.
at the moment?
Mm,
I'm
put your
reading.
mouth on that?
I'm really
smoking, I'm
interested
sure.
in the history of porcelain here in Europe, in Germany specifically.
Flashing on there.
It's a
I think
crazy
I saw a slug
history.
on there earlier.
If you don't know much
Yeah.
about it, you should look into it because it was like more valuable than gold for a long time.
It was
and, like,
outside.
they didn't know how to make it here, so I've been reading like all the different books I can find about that in English. So right
used
now
to
the
read
one
a lot
I'm
of books.
reading is called Arcanum. The Arcanum.
Yeah, it was the actually the what's it called? The industrialization was founded on the porcelain production
The
there
one that
in
got-
Britain.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so that's what I'm reading. Other than that, reading's a little hard in the moving van, so we watch
Get
a lot
nauseous.
of
It
like
makes me nauseous, yeah.
YouTube stuff. We like watching music documentaries
Music video.
while we're in music videos while we're in the van too and on the road.
We do our
Helps
makeup
us.
in the
We
van.
watched,
Yeah.
we watched every iteration of Wood by Alice in Chains.
Oh, we watched every Fast and the Furious movie in a van as well.
10 of them, all 10.
All 10 movies. And there's another one coming out.
Family.
Are you all into? I thought you would all be into horror movies.
Oh yeah, I love horror movies.
Well,
What's
horror
your
movies are sick. We haven't been watching them.
I really like The Thing. That's one of my favorite horror movies because it's very sci-fi, but also kind of like
Suspiria is dope,
yeah.
both of them.
Suspiria, yeah.
I love Wes Craven, so I really love original Scream. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's funny and it's scary and it makes me think of my childhood, so that's one of my favorite movies.
Give me all the weird cult shit where they do weird culty stuff. And then, like,
Not really
sacrifice
scary,
people.
more gory, but the Saw franchise.
Oh, I love those.
My
Hatebreed had a song in the Saw franchise soundtrack.
What?
Yeah, straight up.
What song that is?
I don't remember, but
so?
that.
What you did you get asked to play a soundtrack yet?
Yeah, actually.
we really have.
It's
For
a
who?
whole history. So there's a group. They make movies in New York. They're called Troma. And, they're famous for like the Toxic Avenger movie. It's kind of like
Making one right now.
Cannibal
like-
the musical.
it's like they're like B movies, so they're not meant to be like these huge, fancy productions. They're meant
Sometimes
to be
they're
like
spoofs, like Poultry
Shakespeare's
Guys.
Shitstorm.
they're meant to be
Poltergeist.
like
Yeah.
DIY. They're really punk, like the way they do it. And there's a guy, Lloyd Kaufman, who started it, and so they make a lot of movies, and they help independent filmmakers make their movies. So we got in they asked us to do an event with them, and we got in touch with a young filmmaker. Her name's Mercedes the Muse, and she made a movie called Honor Killing and asked us to make a song for it. So this was some years ago, but we made a song for the credits of that movie, and it's about
revenge.
It's about revenge, honor killing. It's like a thing. It's a thing in certain communities where if like a woman does something that puts shame on her family or whatever, that sometimes the men in the family will enact violence against the woman and kill her in a lot of instances. And so Mercedes made a movie about that where the girl survives and she like takes her revenge, and that was so cool.
Kind of like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie
Do you
Kill
get money
Bill?
for it?
Actually,
no,
our
we-
old
no,
guitarist
that we-
wrote that song.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he
we
did
did
that.
we did that gratis at the time. Yeah.
Is life good as a rock star these days?
Life is really. I wouldn't say that we're rock stars, but life is great. We're very lucky that we can say that we do this. We are able to get by. We're able to make a living. We're able to be on tour as much as we were last year, and still have most of our brains and bodies with us. And I spent a long time wanting to do that, and now we finally can. So I know that's not a reality for a lot of people. So we really
Yeah, we're here talking to you right now.
exactly.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
And I heard, did you hear the stories about Joe Biden has actually played the American government wears masks? And they're played by actors.
What?
The conspiracy
How could they have
theories.
to wear masks? They have enough technology to make it look like it's someone else. So they don't have to
Yeah.
wear masks.
He's a paid actor. Well, I mean, I think all politicians are kind of actors. They have to be
Celebrities.
but we try. Well, the great thing about touring Europe right now is that our home is very divided. The political system is very corrupt, and everyone is going crazy right now. It's an election year, so since we're here, we're able to kind of step back from that and hear other perspectives and hear what y'all think about how crazy we are. So it's nice to get away from it because it can be very draining, and we only have a two-party system, so people get very invested in either side, and it separates us. So
Other places we go, like France, Germany, Italy, they all are dealing with the same things we are in different ways. So coming out to a show and experiencing it all together, we get
That's
away
kinda
from that. So it's a breath of relief for
We're
everyone
definitely
involved.
escaping all of that.
It's
right now.
escapism,
Yeah.
but I think it's in a way that we can relate with everyone. So I think that's really important.
And then what do you think is not? What do you miss from the U.S. touring?
Chicken wings.
The food, yeah, the food.
yeah, certain
Tacos.
Weed.
Tacos,
Weed.
Our weed is like 10 times better, 100,000 times better than any weed we've ever found.
Bodegas.
Oh yeah, bodegas. You would call them
Bodega
like a kiosk
cats.
Kiosk.
or a tabac, but we
Bo-
have
What's it?
bodega.
I don't know.
Bodega is like
Bodega.
it's like the name for a corner store in like New York. Like
Yeah, you would call it like a kiosk or
I
a
think our
tabac.
promoters are way
Okay.
better than any
Spanish for
promoter in
like
Europe.
small.
yeah. The shows are promoted way better in the States for sure.
They have like a
a lot more
certain-
respect.
a lot more respect, a lot more energy that they put into it. They're more thorough. They don't just book stuff to book it. It's like they book with a purpose. Not like here.
But we've had a lot of time in the States to like build our name and tour. We were touring for years as a DIY band, so we made our name there over years. And here we're really lucky that we just started coming like after the pandemic, and we've been able to build quickly. So it's been getting closer and closer to how we are in the States.
I will say Europe has us really. The catering in Europe is like they do not take care of you the way.
Yeah.
There's great hospitality here.
The
It's
hospitality here is actually 10
It's
times.
way different.
It's that's how they balance it. As 10 times better here than in the States, actually.
Your last album, is it after the film being John Malkovich?
Memory theater?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's actually really interesting. I think there's a correlation there for sure.
I love that movie.
We were just talking about that movie not long.
We are.
So
I love that
I think that
director, the writer.
they were probably referencing the same thing that we were probably referencing in history, the memory theater, and like it's like indexing. Like before, they had internet and stuff. Before they had all that,
Compartmentalization.
they you would compartmentalize all your knowledge in your mind, and you'd have the whole knowledge of all the worlds, and it would be like you'd have. I'm not explaining it very great right now, but you'd have like a, an image of this represents this, and that means that, and it's all in your mind.
Imagine having a bunch of hidden rooms in your brain.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's in them because you hide it. But you have other rooms that you care about.
Yeah.
So that's where you live most of the time, in those rooms.
And then the other rooms come sometimes out, or what?
And
Yeah,
sometimes you go into a room and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have went in that room.
Damn,
I haven't
I
been in
forgot
that
about this.
room in years.
Don't want to think about that.
I thought it was locked.
There's no way to destroy this room. It's like an infinite. It's an infinite building in your
In a
brain.
locked room.
It's a bathroom.
And do you all write or lyrics?
We have in the
Sometimes,
past.
yeah.
Mostly it's
Like,
just cats
I
reading.
write most of the lyrics, but sometimes on
Like-
some songs we'll all work together and
I
come
wrote
up
lyrics
with
on a couple
theme.
songs.
There's a
The
lot of
EPs.
times where y'all will come up with a theme when you write the song, and then I'll take that and I'll write the lyrics to that. It just depends, really.
I was pretty hands-on with the last record, and I was like, let's do this pattern. Let's do this pattern. This sounds better with the song.
Do you have idols like I don't know, Bon Jovi or Backstreet Boys?
Alice in Chains.
Jesse,
Listen to a lot of Alice
Like a
in
pop,
Chains.
like a really
Dave
famous.
Mustaine.
Dave Mustaine.
Pop, for
Metallica,
pop music, we love
and
Prince.
Prince,
Like that record you're talking
Nirvana,
about, Memory Theater.
Sade.
Lots of that is like Prince related. Like we
Alex
love.
Webster from Cannibal Corpse.
He is definitely one of my heroes for sure.
But yeah, we like to mix there's influence everywhere. Like I said, we did the hip hop with Grandmaster
I'm like Alex
Flash,
Webster and Jerry Cantrell.
grunge, pop.
No mames, güey.
He's from New York. Did you ever play with Cannibal Corpse from New York?
Not yet.
My
not
old
yet.
band- my old band
we
toured
played
with them a
we
little
played
bit.
a festival with them. It was called Hell in the Harbor.
Yeah, technically, I guess.
And
so.
it was down in Baltimore, and it was really nice because it was in between this festival called Maryland Death Fest, and it was a breath of relief from that festival, and there was different types of bands. So seeing them play on the side stage where we were standing and standing next to Corpse Grinder was pretty bizarre.
But Corpse Grinder cool guyed me multiple times. He curled his feet funny on the PA that night.
He does that.
He's a
He
foot
does a little
curler.
toe curl thing.
What?
He's
curls-
got
he does this thing where he
foot
puts-
dexterity.
He puts his feet on the PA and the monitor, and then he'll just twist his toes over the edge.
Was he wearing shoes or?
He's
No,
probably been
you
wearing
can
those
just see-
shoes
you
for
can just
so
see it
long
through his
that
shoes.
it's
You can
just
see it through his
Through his
shoes.
shoes.
Just like fucking.
He must have strong toes.
insider
No,
information.
that dude's got strong.
Big
Of
dog.
course, he's got strong toes.
Sorry, sensitive subject.
You like Ted Nugent?
I saw him live once.
No way.
He wasn't very good though.
Damn.
He was just talking about America a lot.
I can't name you one song.
No, Styx was way better actually.
You know who's underrated? And people will hate this, but Ringo.
Ringo Starr,
Ringo Starr.
Ringo from
mean-
the Beatles.
underrated.
He
He's
does
like
he does a blast beat in the Beatles. He does a cannibal blast with. I don't know if he's got double pedals, but it's like before Cannibal Corpse, way before Cannibal Corpse.
I'll show you.
in like the.
Did
like,
you-
swell
is
up.
that-
It's not called the
published?
Cannibal Blast anymore. It's the Ringo Blast.
Is it published?
Yeah, it's on the internet somewhere.
Is it like
thought
the swell up
Anthrax.
to?
Nah,
Sgt.
look up the
Pepper's or
Ringo
something?
Blast beat.
Oh, I gotta find it. Ringo
You'll find the
Blast.
Ringo Cannibal Blast. Oh no, it's just the Ringo Blast.
Hell yeah.
And how did you meet the guys from Napalm Death? How was this?
Jesse met them first.
What? Wait.
Years ago.
Oh yeah. So my old, I played in a band called Kill the Client, and before I was in the band, I filled in for them on drums, and they did a tour with Venomous Concept, and Dan Lilker, and Shane from Napalm Death, and Cookie the guitarist were in that band together with like Brutal Truth singer. And that's when I met them. And then I joined the band as the guitarist. And my first shows with them was Napalm Death and Cannibal Corpse and Immolation. And I hung out with them there. Damn, and Corpse Brand, a cool guy, had me there too. he always ignores me, actually. Anyways, and then after that, Barney, I guess he had been hearing about us when they toured the States, and
He put a word
he
in.
put a word into their agent, and
Now we got the
And
same
their
agent.
now we have the same agent.
Yeah, their agent saw
Yeah.
a video of us playing Obscene Extreme Festival, and like it just all happened. They asked us to be on the tour together. We became fast friends, and then we did another tour with them.
I don't want to say
after
we
that.
owe it all to Barney, but he definitely
Yeah.
has a lot to do with why we are touring out here so much.
For sure. And Shane.
And
Oh, Shane.
mostly Barney.
Mostly Barney,
Shane
but
is Shane is like a
Shane has influenced our musical style a
Shane
lot. So.
really. We've had really great conversations with Shane, and he's definitely
About what? About veganism?
Nah, never. Maybe about like coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
We all use drugs and stuff to cope, you know, or do certain things to cope with life, whatever we got going on in there, and you know that's what we talk about a lot. We have a lot of heartfelt conversations, and we talk about music like 90% of the time, though. So we just talk about how we like to write music, and
Barney is like a big history buff, so he
likes
has
to talk
told
about history
me a
and
lot
stuff.
about like wherever we would go on the tour, he knew something about like some sort of history in the town, especially of like certain like he was really into reading about communism at one point, so he knew all like the communist history of some cities and whatnot, and so we talk about that.
Danny's from Los Angeles, so
Yeah, Danny's
you know,
from
LA fool.
me and Danny relate a lot. Like we relate a lot. Him and I are like you know, he gets me, I get him, you know. And I think his people back in LA get what we do too, you know. So it's like the Terrorizer clan, you know. Like those guys are really down for what we're doing. So we're lucky, I'd say that for sure.
We're
yeah.
grateful too.
We're
Yeah.
grateful, yeah.
And you wrote a song together.
Oh yeah, it's called Meat Magnet. It was on the death metal EP that I was talking about. We had written the song before we went on the tour, and we wanted to ask Barney to do guest vocals on it, and Barney said yes, and so he recorded it on just
He didn't record anything. I recorded
well, you
it.
recorded it. So he was nice enough to do it after a sound check, like in Marseille, France, I think.
With
It was
no-
Marseille.
with
a
no
broken
headphones,
foot.
a broken foot on a shitty laptop speakers and like just a regular SM58 microphone, and he just did it. And
We had like the shittiest interface,
takes.
like the cheapest audio interface you could use.
Like a Focusrite. Yeah.
And it
and
wasn't to a click or anything, or it was so one song that we had to click.
Yeah.
We recorded the song, we recorded the song,
yeah, and then the click was.
and then the engineer just kind of like
Fixed it.
fit his vocals in.
And then on the next tour we did with them, we did the music video for it. So we were in like a hallway in the green room, and we were both
The whole band just
singing the
filmed
thing.
them.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was really cool.
And what was the song about? What's the song about?
Meat Magnet, same concept as the Ball and Chain song, like taking the death metal lyrics and style and like the horror and putting it into a different perspective. So Meat Magnet was like
What is Meat Magnet about?
Meat Magnet. Well,
I came up with the
came
title.
up with the title. You really liked the word
The-
Meat Magnet, so then I was
Meat
like,
Magnet
oh,
sounds cool to
well,
me.
what is that like?
Skeletons.
How we came up
So
with
I was
Skeleton
thinking
is a
about
meat
like
magnet.
like the magnet attracts things in, and meat has to do with flesh, has to do with blood, has to do with gore, has to do with all these things. So
The
like
force in your bones keeps your meat on your flesh. It
So,
keeps your meat on
if-
your bones.
yeah.
I guess.
If you surround yourself with beauty will magnetize to you.
yeah.
And that's
And
the
you
same
will draw
with
more.
skeletons. If you do this with skeletons,
Yeah,
it'd be-
yeah.
Like you have your meat on your bones, but then everyone else's meat on their bones is drawn to that
Yeah.
same gravity that holds you together.
Sure, I think
Right.
that's just
That's
about. I mean, that's
similarity
not what
in
the
ways.
song is about, but yeah.
I don't know.
No, but what's it about?
Yeah,
I don't know
just
what it's
like
about.
the whole.
Meat Magnets.
I just came up with the title, and that's what I thought about.
Yeah, it was just like about like the attraction of a magnet, being a magnet for things, and like enticing people in, and then like unleashing like a fury, like like in those.
Like we're gonna kill you.
Like in
You're
those
here at our
movies.
show, and you're gonna die.
I specifically kind of thought of like a siren, kind of bringing people in to like slot, you know, like come here and I'm gonna get you, you know.
Horror movie shit.
And what do you know something? Did you get something told about Munich historically?
Probably, but last time we were here,
What happened here?
I just know it's
yeah.
Bavaria. I'm gonna assume some Germany shit. I don't know.
Who did what?
In Munich, well, there was this big. You know about the Olympics in
Yeah,
20.
that's what I was gonna say. The Olympics.
And there was this big attentat.
Not the bombing.
The bombing.
What?
Yeah.
What was that?
Murder.
Yeah, it was back in the day. There was a bombing. At the
No,
Olympics in-
the Hamas did execute the ringer team of the IDF.
Okay, I didn't know the full history. If I'm going to be honest with you, but I do know about the. So I should look it up while we're leaving. But yeah, there's so much history here, like for us to learn, and we're not really taught about it in our schools. So, yeah.
I mean, kind of. You know, the generic history.
World
Generic,
history.
but not like, you know.
Interpersonal, national history is stuff that misses us.
Yeah.
Because we have so much going on, you know.
Yeah.
Like modern stuff.
we
They'll
had
teach
our
us about
own-
ancient Egypt, but they won't teach us about like modern
Events.
You know, it's too much for some young kids, I guess, back home. I don't know what the reason is, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Google
percent,
Trends?
So
Can
that
you translate?
No, Google Trends.
Oh, trends. No, I
Google
don't know.
Trends. You have to look this up. It's called Google Trends, and you can see what's the most popular thing in on the world in every country.
Oh, what everyone's
Yeah.
looking up. Yeah.
And it's basically all the time sports
yeah.
and VIPs.
VIPs.
Yeah. Like when Shannon Dorothy died,
Uh-huh.
that was the most Googled
yeah,
thing
yeah,
worldwide.
Yeah.
Famous.
World events,
Yeah. I should look at that. Yeah, that's cool.
check that shit out. Google Trends.
Yeah, because I was wondering that this is the most popular things in the world, like sports and.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the
We all
Explore
do it.
page on Instagram or something.
Yeah, I mean, we're in it right now with the Olympics and stuff. Like, you can't escape. I mean, it's like.
Do you watch the Olympic Games?
The
I
hotel
haven't had
rooms.
time to.
The
When
hotel
we're in the
rooms have gotten
hotel
some
at the end of the night,
chances.
yeah, they
Every
have like
once
a
in a while.
recap and stuff.
We watched some of the gymnast ones.
Our Simone Biles was
Killing
amazing,
it. Killing the game.
I like to see
USA,
the sprinters from like the smaller countries like winning gold. Like there's like, I think one from Dominica, she like won, and there's only like 70,000 people that live in her country, and she won the gold for her people. Like that's incredible.
That's
like
awesome,
they're gonna
yeah.
put her on money. You know, they're gonna put a
people waiting
statue
for
of her in the
justice.
town. Like it's so
Yeah,
cool, like
definitely.
to see that. So, yeah.
Do you do sports on tour, or how do you keep yourself fit?
By performing.
By
Yeah,
performing,
performing.
I don't know if you see me
stretching,
windmilling my head, but it's gonna
constantly.
keep my neck very strong.
I
Okay.
sweat.
Grinder
We
day.
sweat a lot. Yeah.
At one point, we used to bring like a little football on tour
Oh, I
with
forgot about
us.
that.
Yeah, we used to kick a ball around.
And we like at the
just
end of
to-
the night, we just like kind of kick
And
around.
fans would
and
join
stuff.
in after like buying merch. They'd come kick the ball in a circle. And
It was pretty fun.
Are you all on Instagram?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
yeah.
Do you think? Why do you think they're all dancing?
Oh, the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and TikTok.
Oh,
And Instagram.
Why do you think they're dancing?
it's a new form of expression.
because
I
it's a
think in
trend.
front of a
Yeah.
camera.
And you can't like when you ever grown up as a kid, you kind of.
You did whatever. Well, I
You
mean,
do
like
whatever
someone
the
comes
hell.
up with the one dance that's popular, and then everyone wants to show that they know like what's cool and that they can do it too, or they like the music or whatever it is.
I think people
but,
just want human connection, and
Yeah.
they're gonna do whatever it takes to get that.
yeah. I mean, we do that at the shows
Yeah.
when we go and mosh.
Everyone
and
wants
we-
to stand out
So
in
I
that
get it.
regard, showing your own personality through the music you find on the internet.
And if
Like,
you can't
of course,
find-
you dance to it.
If you can't find acceptance where you live, you'll find it online somewhere. And then you'll find those communities, and then you'll go to those communities. And if it's a group of teenagers doing TikTok together, I guess that's what it is right now. Instead of going to like a show or something. That's what I think, I guess.
What's your goal for the next 2 years? Are you all scheduled?
We schedule some months out, but like with certain things like tours, we book within a year, and nothing really much past that. But like with our music, it does take a long time to roll out an album. So we've been working on this album that we're going to release in October for years now, it seems. So we wrote it while we were on tour last year.
Took a year.
Yeah.
But wasn't really that long. I think Memory Theory took longer because of
It's gonna be
COVID.
2 years when it comes out. So.
Yeah, but the album was written.
No, I know, but I'm saying I'm talking
year's
about the
time,
rollout of that. Like it takes a long
It
time.
takes like another year.
So you have your
Half
label,
year, yeah.
and you have singles, and they have to make the records, and then they have to do this. So that is kind of like, I guess, a 2-year chunk of time that might take. But it can always change.
It takes just 4 months for us to market the album.
Yeah.
Release the songs. We have another song coming out in a month.
What's it called? What's it about?
Next song is called Concept of God, and it's about
It's another song title I
Yeah.
came up with.
it's about human connection. Our whole album is called Dreams on Algorithms, and it's talking about, you know, the connection of algorithm and like the sort of collective unconscious, how that affects what we see on our phones, what we experience, how it's like built around your personality. It's catering to you, and it's bringing you in, and it's also affecting your mind.
But
So
to
the-
simplify it, it's just about synergy.
Yeah, so the Concept of God song is about
Are you
like,
Catholic or?
I actually was raised Catholic, but me right now, nah, I'm like a universe person.
Do you also have to pray in school, because you said? you
Oh,
have
no,
to-
they don't allow that.
It depends on what
That's-
school you go to.
Nah, not in the
Yes.
public schools.
They're
though.
Not in public
trying
school,
to-
but if you go to like a Catholic school, you'll go to Catholic mass in
Nah,
the
you get
school.
in trouble. In Texas, they
That's
don't let
not.
you do
It's
that
not a
stuff.
public school. It's a Catholic school. I'm
Okay.
talking about.
I did go
they
to
do-
Christian private
They
school
do
for
have
a year,
schools
yes.
like that.
They don't have any public
The only
schools
thing that
where
we
you have
have-
to pray. That's not a thing.
The only thing that we have is that some schools, in our Pledge of Allegiance, we pledge allegiance to our flag. Under God is the next line of that. And some schools
Oh,
are
yeah, I
very
guess that's
adamant that
crazy.
you keep the word under God in there, and some schools they take it out. So, yeah, that's yeah.
It is
interesting.
definitely Christian as hell. Actually, it's
What do they
definitely
say?
it's definitely like forced
I
in
don't
there
know.
somehow.
I don't know. We always just said it like because I don't know. I grew up in the '90s, so like they didn't really think about those things back then. I guess I don't know.
And
On God.
we were just talking about architecture and
Yeah.
about the earthships in Nevada in the desert.
Yeah.
Did you? Is there something you would like to change in the world? Yeah.
In
Yeah,
relation to
I-
architecture,
Yeah.
or just like in general, yeah.
So you've made in architecture or
Yeah.
ups or maybe fast fashion or
Yeah.
I don't know if you're into.
I think for me, like being an architect, we have a huge problem with homelessness in the in our country. It's
No
getting
more.
worse and worse, and there's nowhere for. It's very expensive to rent an apartment. There's a shortage of apartments. So addressing that need and forcing people in our country, you're very good at it here in Europe, to live densely, to live closer together and walk and bike and do these things. In America, we build our societies on cars, so everything is a drive, everything is this. You have your own land, a big house. This is our mentality. So if we could change that somehow back home, I would love to change that mentality and start providing homes for people that need it, but also getting people to live closer as a unit.
I wish the entire system in the United States wasn't based around fucking like selling weapons to the rest of the world.
Yeah, weapons and
That's fucked. But
blood money, essentially. Yeah.
we possibly get to live as comfortable as we do in the States because of crap like that.
You have a lot of military fans. because-
Actually, yeah, we do. We do.
Surprisingly, yeah, there's like cops that listen to their
Um,
music and stuff too. Like,
A lot of our fans that were in the military are peace-driven people. Like a lot of people that go to the military only do so because they're allowed to have a free education that way, and I don't like that. That's not
it's
cool.
weird.
That's a
It's
problem.
so weird. Yeah.
Not too much to that though. It's
And
mostly
or
just-
like they grew up in a family where their father was in the army and their grandfather was in the army, so and so. So It's
So
not.
you're gonna too.
Also,
yeah.
they recruit people who are very young, so they don't know what they want to do with their life. They don't feel like they have options, so they'll go and try and find themselves in that structure. And
they prey on the weak.
and I love our veteran and military fans. They're all really cool people. Most of them are into this music and into what we do because they're for peace and they've actually seen some shit. So like
they prey on the
when they come to
weak-minded.
a heavy show, like they're getting their anger out and they're living their experience, but in a positive way that helps. I feel a lot of people. So yeah.
Yeah, there was this documentary about metal and military, about what they listened to in Iraq. And stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I have to check that out. That's interesting.
And okay, who's your favorite pop star? I did
Pop
ask this.
star?
Yeah, pop star.
Yeah, well, I said Prince. You like Alice in Chains. I think you would
hard.
say
Pop
that they were a pop
star,
star,
though?
but
That's not pop star.
Backstreet Boys.
you lying.
I don't know.
You loved Usher when you were little.
I loved Usher back then.
And your favorite recipe?
Recipe. Oh, Jesse's a really talented chef in the area of making tacos. Real Mexican street tacos.
Justy's Tacos, come get it.
Me, I'm not such a cook, but I really like to just make chickpea anything. I love chickpeas. I'll eat them in any format, anything. And regular peas. Peas and chickpeas, my two favorite things. I'll make them in anything.
I sell chickpea protein.
Yeah? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't get it that the people who go to the fitness studio eat whey protein.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of filler in that stuff back home where we are, so that sounds better.
So, why should people come to your show?
Oh.
Say something about your fans. This is about an interview for you.
Because I'll bully them if they don't.
No, I think what we're doing, or our goal is to take all the things that we love about this music, all the aggression that it holds, all the messages that it holds, and to present something on stage at our show that makes you feel welcome, but also makes you feel a part of something and lets you forget about your problems for at least a night. And so that we can all have a good time together. And we really try and like bring the aggression and the fun and put them together, and I think people really resonate with that. So
Is that the concept of Power Violence Project?
Totally, I think so.
That's
Power violence
it.
music in general, I think, is really keen to that. It's not as popular right now as it used to have been.
It was
in
a
the
time
past.
and place.
There was definitely a time and place for it, but
And we're just trying to play under the first 5 frets to make it sound cool.
That was the goal. Write a songs under the first 5 frets.
Yeah.
Keep it short and simple. And like Vanilla Ice, the lyrics are just Vanilla Ice under pressure.
So, did you ever play Central America?
not yet. Well, technically yes. We've played Mexico.
Mexico
We did.
City.
We did one show, festival in Mexico City. The headliner was Gorilla Biscuits, which was cool, and we can't wait to go back. We're trying to make plans to do Central and South America next year. Whether it's next year or some other time after remains to be seen, but we can't wait to go. They have some of the most passionate music fans in the world there. I know this for a
Fucking
fact.
awesome.
Just from the internet, like the amount of love and respect that we've gotten from our South
Our
American
Ball and
fans.
Chain music video was shot at
Yeah.
our show in Mexico City.
Yeah.
One and only show we've ever played there.
Yeah,
So if you want a sneak peek at what it was like,
that's it.
that's where you see it on YouTube.
We didn't even ask him to do that.
Michael
We did that on
Jari
our own.
Davidson shot that one.
Yeah.
I did interview Sepultura.
Oh yeah, they're coming back here for their
Yeah,
final
Sepultura,
farewell
Sepultura.
Europe tour. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
I think they're based now in Europe.
Probably. I know the. Well,
Yeah.
Um,
Well, their drummer just joined Slipknot.
yeah.
On the Hunt is a nice song.
Nice.
Oh, nice.